A video on TikTok claims the disciples wouldn't die for a lie, then gives the example of David Koresh and the Branch Davidians, who were killed in April 1993. There, federal agents ended a 51-day standoff with the group when they launched an assault on their compound after arriving in February of that year to serve a search warrant. There were over 80 confirmed fatalities, including Koresh himself. The irony with this argument is that it includes at least two and possibly three logical fallacies of its own. First of all, it's guilty of a logical fallacy known as the false analogy. Comparing apostles to the Branch Davidians isn't a parallel. Koresh's followers died for beliefs they received secondhand. The apostles claimed to be eyewitnesses of the resurrection. These are two very different situations. The Branch Davidians were indoctrinated into a belief the early disciples were eyewitnesses. There might be a second fallacy here, depending upon the meaning of the phrase, the disciples wouldn't die for a lie. It looks suspiciously like the fallacy of equivocation, although it might just be semantic ambiguity. By the way, neither one of them is acceptable. What does it mean that they wouldn't die for a lie? Because what Christians mean is the disciples wouldn't die for something they knew to be false. This is not the same as saying the disciples wouldn't die for a lie. Those are two very different things. People around the world die all the time for things that are untrue. But the real question is whether they do it for something they know that contradicts fact or reality. Those are not the same, and so the meme is deliberately unclear on this point. There might even be a third fallacy if you consider this to be a straw man argument. So, no, this example is not proof that Christians are wrong. It's just an exceptionally faulty argument packaged in a spectacularly unconvincing meme.